What's up, Flannelverse? This is week 3 of the All Dogs show, which is generally going to be myself and Mathology and a third guest. Mathology not here quite yet. He is traveling right now. The guest is here, though. Chad Maschke, who has made both of the Dawg Bowls so far. He got one entry in the first one, and then last year he maxed it out with 3 entries in the Dawg Bowl. Just a grinder, absolute crusher on Underdog. Really excited to have Chad here. So we're going to start the show, just myself and Chad. We'll talk a little bit of the strategy for the Dawg Bowl, and then we'll just get into some drafts. But first, I'll play the Mathology show intro. We'll be back in a minute with Chad Maschke. This is Mondays with Math.
Oh, let's go!
I'm calling it Mathology.
Mathology, without any further ado.
Look, he's got his outfit on.
We are back with another week of Mondays with Math.
He had the best team in the regular season in Best Ball Mania last year and had nothing to show for it.
I would like to go have some dinner out on Lake Champlain this afternoon.
And of all the BBM teams that we simmed in the Eliminator 2025 structure, Mathology's was the best.
Yeah, it was a good team. You got a big purchase. I saw you got a man's coin.
Mathology, one of the best drafters on Underdog.
The only sin in Mathology is being stupid.
This is just the best ball gods saying we need more Mathology in our lives.
If I win, I'm going to be here. If I lose, I'm going to go back to work.
There he is. Chad Maschke here with me. Chad, this is our first time meeting. I believe you are a fellow Minnesota guy, aren't you?
I am, yeah, up in the northern Twin Cities. So I'm here just.
Oh, you're in the Twin Cities. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice. Yeah, I'm in St. Paul, so we're not that far apart. I saw you also have the same hat as me, the one that I put in the thumbnail. I have that same. Love that Twins hat with the Minnesota. Very cool.
Yeah, I went and got that City Edition Twins ones right away. So I'm a big Twins fan. So I like most of their alternate uniforms kind of better than the main one, but.
Are the Twins your number one team, or are you a Vikings, Timberwolves fan? Anything else?
Well, all Minnesota sports teams. Timberwolves are probably my main, my favorite team, just like basketball a little bit more. It's hard to say that during football season though, because there's nothing like Sundays during the season. But yeah,
it's a totally different experience. I agree with you. I think I follow the Timberwolves closer than any other team. But then once football season starts, just it's electric on Sundays. It's basketball season is so long, the games don't matter quite as much until the playoffs. So I do consider myself a bigger Timberwolves fan, but watching Vikings games probably more fun just because there's just more involved. How are we feeling about our guy JJ McCarthy? Did you have high hopes for JJ, or were you not?
I was not a JJ fan. I really didn't want us to end up drafting him. I know I might regret saying that in the end, but really what I didn't want was for us to trade up for him because there was all that rumors going on. So when he fell, it was okay. I'm like, let's give it a shot, but we'll see where it goes from here. Obviously not quite the best start, but that line is not helping.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where he hasn't been good. People are trolling me about him being bad. I told you he wasn't going to be good, but also the assumption was we're going to have a healthy offensive line and just better situation than we have here. Of course, before the second game, his wife gives birth to their first child, so he's not sleeping. I'm sure. I don't know. I'm not going to completely give up on him after. I mean, mostly two bad games. He had one awesome quarter within those games, but at least he showed some flash. Some quarterbacks just never show you anything to suggest that they could be good. I thought that was at least promising that he was able to lead a comeback in that game, and he looked good. I mean, he was throwing it. He ran in a touchdown. Just I don't know. I'm not giving up on JJ just yet, but yeah, not super excited with what we've seen so far. Not super excited for my best ball teams. I drafted him a lot in best ball. Were you you maxed out BBM, right?
I did, and I kind of faded the Vikings this year. So I just didn't have a great feeling about it in general. I got a little bit of JJ. Jordan Mason was actually my most owned Viking, and
nice.
So
that's going well. Well, yeah. Actually, it's not even going well yet. It's looking like it could potentially go well.
It does look good. I think I have 13% of Mason, and he's far and away my highest Viking. So I kind of didn't double down on being a Viking fan for best ball bags, at least this year.
Yeah, I unfortunately did, and it's not going well at all. My Vikings bags are just looking rough right now. I've got a lot of Aaron Jones too. Like one of my bigger stands was I think Jordan Mason is the better bet of the Vikings running backs. But I also like as they got closer in price, it was like I'm just gonna flip it back and forth. So I ended up with over 10% Aaron Jones along with my Jordan Mason, and then I have a ton of Hawkinson and Addison and just all the Vikings. And who knows? Maybe Carson Wentz will actually revive them. But the schedule not the best for the Vikings either. No, I don't think I think JJ is probably going to be out for at least 3 or 4 games, I would think, but we don't know for sure.
All right. Yeah. And I mean, Aaron Jones can just do things that normal running backs can't, like that wheel route that he got. I mean, he's just a great receiver. I just didn't have faith in him staying healthy. So I just went all in on Mason. I liked him in San Fran. So
I mean, he was good. Like at least his numbers were good in San Fran. Kind of hit or miss there, but I'm hopeful for Jordan Mason if we get Christian Darrisaw back. Which now the latest is Christian Darrisaw still not guaranteed to be back for week 3, so that's kind of a bummer. The center got hurt last game. Just it's rough in Minnesota, but at least we're playing the Bengals this week, so hopefully they can have one. So for the purpose of the Dawg Bowl, there at least Jordan Mason is viable. Maybe Carson Wentz is viable. Anyway, let's talk about the Dawg Bowl. So you made it. Year 1 was in Tampa. Where was year 1? Miami.
Year 1 was down in Miami. Yep. So made it that year, week 5, give or take. I qualified for it. Tried to keep on like getting more qualifications and didn't get any more in there. I learned a heck of a lot while I was down there. That was like my first live event of any sort. And like I was so just a ball of stress essentially while it was going on, and my team was out of it pretty early. Zach Moss did not help me. That was Mike Evans's worst game of this year. Like, so it was just like a lot, and I didn't know how to process it all. I didn't quite enjoy it to the fullest event. Like the event that Underdog puts on is awesome. It's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of great people meeting different people. I mean, connections that I've made and now maintained since then. So when I qualified week 1 last year, I'm like, okay, once I draft, whatever happens, enjoy being there. And it was awesome down in Dallas and really enjoyed it a lot. So
it kind of feels like everybody connected a lot at these events. Like, seems like, Math is like setting people up for these shows. Like, but he's like met everybody at these events. He's like friends with everybody that he met there. So it seems like everybody kind of got along really well at the event. So that's cool that it was a fun event where everybody had the chance to mingle and get to know each other a little bit, make some friends. And then so last year you had 3 entries in it.
I did.
How did that go for you? Did you draft like similar teams to each other? Did you try to diversify your portfolio? How'd that go?
I tried to diversify as much as I could. I don't think I had more than 2 players like overlap on any teams. I might have had a third slip in there, and that, if I remember right, that was probably Cooper Kupp, which he was all right. When looking back on it, I haven't really like talked a ton about it, but on the plane down there, I was like writing down the strategy of what I wanted. That's the Vikings Falcons week where Jefferson and Addison went off. Yeah. I wrote down in my notebook, because I'm still doing stuff by hand, like bits and pieces here by hand. I wrote down Jefferson in the 1st, Darnold in the 3rd, Addison in the 5th was one of the targets that I wanted. First draft, Darnold went like late 4th, if I'm remembering right. Late 5th on there. So he like really slid. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try and second draft. I got Jefferson, and I reached for him a little bit. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to let it slide. And he got picked 1 pick before me. If I had picked and stuck with my strategy, that would have been the winner.
Oh, I know.
Because it had Charbonnet on it, that he went crazy that week. So it would have won the entire thing had I just stuck with what I did. But I didn't, because I'm like, I've got 9 drafts. I'll just diversify with a different team, thinking it. I never got another JJ share. Never.
So you got Jefferson, but you didn't get Addison, or you didn't get Darnold?
I didn't get Darnold. He got picked before me, and then I let Addison go back on the turn, and then Darnold drafter took Addison. So
okay. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, with 9 drafts, it's like you can think you can do so many different things, but always depends on what the draft room.
I don't mind a naked Justin Jefferson. That's perfectly fine. I didn't need to stack him every time. So I'm like, nope, I'll stack him on my next one. Never had another chance. So
yeah, that does suck. Well, hopefully you'll get back this year and ship it this time. Did you at least do well? Like, did you finish in the top half or?
I had 2 cash, walked away with $7,000. So I mean, no complaints at all. And like I said, I was just able to enjoy it so much more than before. So and my dad came down with me. He had a good time. It was interesting to see him interacting with all of the people on Underdog and stuff like that, and just asking questions. And it's a whole different environment for him. So that was fun.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Well, what about how's it going so far this year for you? I think you have not qualified yet, but you've been pretty close, right?
Not yet. Week 1, I had a pretty decent sweat. So I had a top 10 team. It was the highest CMC team, finished 10th overall. All of his expected points didn't quite materialize enough for me into actual fantasy points. That last touchdown, that was the backup tight end or whatever. If
Tonjes,
if McCaffrey had got that touchdown, I would have been qualifying week 1. So,
man,
so many people have stories like that, right? When it is so close all the time. But that's when I'm trying to like analyze where I'm sitting. It's like, okay, did I have the top team with any player on there? And that was the top one with CMC and Pollard, because Pollard was not good either, but he was on that team as well.
I mean, I do that to myself also, where I'm always comparing, like, man, if I have the top of this player, you shouldn't do it yourself. But like, can you, like, a lot of us can't help it. There are people who are capable of like going to bed and not watching the games and not monitoring what could have gone different. But I, as somebody pointed out in Discord, I will go in and like label my close eliminator teams like that. That's how much I get into it sometimes. And I was tracking, like, I lost one because of the final pass to Kate Otten yesterday. I lost an eliminator team. So I do the same thing. I torture myself with what could have been with the teams. But obviously that's a little bit different. Losing one eliminator team in week 2 versus losing a seat to the Dawg Bowl. That's a lot more painful.
It is, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like the sweat, as long as you can handle it and playing within your means, then I think it's okay. Like, that's part of the fun too. So
yeah, for sure. So this week, do you have any thoughts on like what your strategy is? I mean, you say you wrote down your strategy for the Dawg Bowl. Do you do the same thing in like the regular season? Are you like thinking about each week? Like, do you have strategies in mind how you want to execute?
Yeah, well, I'll piece it together. I mean, I'm generally a 2 running back drafter, and that's generally been what has worked better. I know Mathology did a little deep dive too, and that's what we were seeing already this year. The early running back has been what I've been going with. This is a kind of a weird week. I've actually been drafting more 3 wide teams than I expected to off the jump. My process, like, Sunday night, I'm looking for the lines for the next week, and I write those all down, try and like identify where I think things are mismatched. This year too, with Underdog having the 12-team ADP in there, it makes it different as well. So like, I got in a few of the playbook to try and identify where I thought some of the mispriced plays were. And it's funny though, because the moment the Dawg Bowl ones drop, get in there, like all 12 people are like, these are the mispriced plays. When do I pull them up in there? So like Jordan Mason was the one that jumped out to me right away. The playbook on when that first launched, his ADP was like 63. So, and it's already up. I haven't checked it right now, but he's going in the 2nd round, and that's where he's going to sit now. So you're on mute there, Neil. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Is that generally part of your strategy? That's one of the reasons that Math and I liked doing the show on Tuesdays, on top of it's kind of the only day that works for me, is we do the show before ETR drops their rankings. Yep. So like you kind of get ahead of that a little bit. Sometimes maybe you can find some value, but maybe it sounds like maybe that's not quite as big of an advantage this year if ADP is already moving this quickly.
Yeah, it depends, because there still will be those changes when ETR launches. There's a lot of people who are trying to anticipate what that rise is going to be and seeing. Yeah. I mean, ETR, this is probably no secret in how to kind of anticipate it. You're just going for volume. So if high target share, high snap share for running backs, and Mason, he's going to have near 100% of the snap share this week for it. So he's just going to skyrocket up. Their total is lower. So, I mean, those are kind of the things that you're looking for, is I'm going to anticipate who's going to get the targets. JSN has gone way up. So all these guys that are running a lot of routes with that high target share, and that's what's going to project well. So trying to get ahead of it. And that way you can hit some of those who fall when the ETR ones push. So trying to get a mix. And that's why I'm in right away when it launches.
Yeah, it seems like a good strategy. You're going to get different teams. Also, if you're trying to diversify as the ADPs shift, you're going to be able to get different combos. That makes a lot of sense to me. Well, we are going to get into some drafts here. So let me pull that up. I had a thought and I lost it already. But whatever, we'll get. I just want to remind people about the Underdog Masterclass. If you use promo code MATH, you can get, I think it's 10% off. You can see it in the description of this video. Also, whatever the deal is, I believe it's 10% off the Underdog Masterclass. Just as we're talking about some of the edges you can find digging into the data. That's Pete Overzet and the Badge Bros have dug really deep into what has worked in battle royales in the past. So if anybody is interested in checking out the Underdog Masterclass, you can get 10% off using promo code MATH. Chad, have you looked at the masterclass at all?
Yeah, I got on that, and they've got a separate Dawg Bowl section too, and that's
cool.
That is the part that I focused in. The last 2 years, the 12-person drafts are pretty much exclusively what I've done. I just like the deeper player pool essentially, and like you don't need to be perfect to win it. Whereas I think in the BRs, you almost have to be perfect with your drafts. So there's just lots of different ways to get there on the Dawg Bowl. This last week with Goff, what he put up was a little different. You needed Goff to be your QB, but that doesn't happen typically. So,
right. Yeah, they're occasionally there are these weeks where you really need one certain quarterback, but it's the same as DFS. It's like it's not a common thing. I kind of hate it when it is like you just need that one player. I'd rather have it be just like build good teams and you've got a shot, but it is what it is. That's going to happen sometimes.
Definitely. I kind of think, sorry, not to cut you off there, but Chris G, he's in the chat there. The week that he qualified 2 years ago, was McCaffrey put up 41. He did not have McCaffrey on that team. And it was like, how is that possible? But the 12-person just lets you have more different paths to it. He got, I think it was 6th round Nico Collins, if I remember right, that just went off. And that was the way that he was able to get in there even without McCaffrey's 41 or whatever he had.
Reminder, guys, we are in the Dawg Bowl draft. So if you want to draft with us, we need 6 more. We are halfway full on this one. That does remind, I believe Pat Carrain also, when he won Best Ball Mania, didn't have Mike Evans. Like if I remember right, he had Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans scored like 50 points, but he didn't have Mike Evans. I guess that's because he just didn't go in every draft, most likely, or by the time he got to the final, he was not that high owned in the final, I should say. But yeah, kind of to that point, it's like, yeah, I guess there are times where you don't need the guy that goes completely off if you draft just really well otherwise.
Yep, definitely. So
I didn't have you do you have your own rankings for this?
I do. So, and really I use ETR's rankings to do it, but then like drop it into a sheet and it outputs like a VORP ranking for me. So value over replacement player, right? And that's I'm trying to rank it and incorporate the QBs, flex, running back, and receiver in there. So like trying to figure out exactly where all of these guys should go. In addition to my gut feel, but I'll throw my ranks in there, and I won't just draft straight off of the ranks either. So a lot of times, and I like the upgrade that Underdog did where you can have the ranking column and ADP. So I'll have my ranks in there, but still sorted by ADP to try and like get an idea of where I'm different or where I need to grab somebody ahead of ADP if I need to or not. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's my rankings right now. I've got ranks in, but it's a little bit more gut feel based on total and just moving stuff around. Once Wednesday comes, I like many people here will take that, drop it in, and let it spit something back out at me.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Such a huge difference being able to sort between ADP and rankings, like that just changes things pretty dramatically. Being able to see like who can I push here is pretty helpful. We're up to 9 out of 12 here, so we need 3 more to enter this draft before we can get started.
And I'll just jump into the other thing that I kind of do. I save every one of my draft boards, and then if anyone remembers back in the day, the Badge Brothers doing like the draft boards and putting things together for the weekly BRs, I do that with my own stuff now. Like, and if you're not, in my opinion, if you're not saving and paying attention and seeing what the other sharp drafters are doing, you're doing yourself a disservice, honestly, and making it harder on yourself. So, and this week too, like with Jaden, I've been taking a fair amount of Jaden Daniels here. So I want to see that draft board to know exactly who's going to be available, especially when you're talking about some of the weird things with like Browning and Wentz back there. It's just going to be interesting on how I'm going to set my swaps if he is out.
I love that. Yeah, that's a really good note, because it's one of the beauties of this format is you can always swap out players if they end up not playing. So Jaden, it's like, yeah, you can probably get him at a discount, and then we do have some pretty strong quarterback options at the end to replace him. I like that. That's a good note. Emerald asks, how do you calculate VORP?
So without giving too much away, but I set kind of where I think I think it's the 18th running back is where I've got it set right now, and like the 30th receiver, and they're a 0. So for their projection, and then it's just straight the projection minus that to get a VORP. So it'll spit out like Jamar Chase, if he's at an 18 and the receiver at 30 is at a 12, he'll be a 6 for that VORP. And it's just off median projection. Is to get a feel too. And like I said, I don't just draft straight off the rankings, but it's to try and find groupings or somebody who would stick out. Or how do you weigh tight end this week? Like last week, Trey McBride, my initial thought with McBride was that his VORP is going to be out of this world, that it's going to be way better. When I put it in there, he came out at 15 for me. And I initially was taking a lot of them, slowed down a lot on it. And he had a good projection last week. It's was more due to the fact that there was a pretty big difference at the top end running back and receiver versus the mid tier. So it still pushed it up, and pushed him down, pushed everyone else up.
Okay. What's the highest VORP you've ever seen?
I don't know offhand, probably in the 8, 9, 10 range. And that's gotta be CMC. So,
okay. Nice. Yeah.
There's zero doubt in my mind that it is McCaffrey is the highest VORP that I've had. So,
did you draft a lot of McCaffrey in best ball?
I did. He's my most owned first rounder, I think.
So, oh wow. Okay. So were you taking him ahead of Gibbs, Jefferson? Like where were you ranking him?
Not Gibbs. I flip-flopped him at one point with Jefferson. So he was right in that like 7 range, and I was on him pretty early. So I didn't chase him up as much as maybe I would have, and thought that you could justify, because I didn't want to be overexposed to a 30-year-old running back with Achilles problems. But but I do. There's just no one like him at that point. So
yeah, and early on he was late first round, early second round type player. So you could get some really killer CMC combos. I'm underweight on CMC for sure. Still, I think I did, take 5% or so, but he's somebody that early on I wasn't drafting at all. I was just like, I'm going to fade the injury prone guys that I'm really worried about. I didn't take a ton of Tyreek Hill, but then eventually was like, man, I really don't want to have 0 though, because he obviously could absolutely crush. And I'm glad I did. Obviously he's started off looking pretty great. Looks like a big win right now. All right, so where are we in this draft board? I got to make this smaller. Apparently, we are the 12 hole. All right, let's see. Got to go even smaller here. There we go. So we've got Schmo, JGFC, Mwald, Keith is in here, CG, DM Larson, Wu-Tang Killa, Steven Urbanic, Dreaming of Sundays, Toker Dog, Big Money, and then us. So a lot of familiar names in here. Some of these are people that I don't know. Every single person in this draft room is a red badge. Is that usually the case in the Dawg Bowl?
A lot of times it is, especially if you're not drafting during Monday Night Football. You'll get other badges mixed in, but during the week, it's, I'd say, 10 red badges most often, at least. So
okay, yeah,
and then weekend too, and that's the other thing. Like last week, it filled so early. Friday night, Dawg Bowl filled, and that kind of threw me off a little bit. So.
Yeah, it did. Was it Friday night? I didn't realize it was quite that early.
I got like 30 in on Friday night just because I could tell that it was going to fill, but that threw me off kind of my normal process. So
I believe I got 3 in on Friday because I saw it was about to fill. Like it was literally 99% full, and I was like, all right, I guess I'll do a few, take a shot here. I don't think I cashed any of them, so I have not done well so far this year in the Dawg Bowls. I have not been. Might have cashed one at one point, but generally not super competitive in them. I'm only doing a handful. I'm doing like 3 per week, so not really giving myself much of a shot. But so far, not working out. Have you had the 12 hole yet this week?
I've been in the back end a few times. 12, I'm not sure. I think I've got 16 done, so there's a decent chance that I have. The ends are always interesting because it's like, when do you reach for your guy because they're not going to drop back to you, versus when, like, if any value falls to you. I tend to be a value hound. So.
Okay, yeah. Here's Toker. Toker at 10 in the chat. Don't get in many live drafts. Long-time listener. Appreciate you joining.
Puka is an interesting one this week with both Chase and Jefferson having their backup quarterbacks. I think I've probably got Puka as my second receiver. So
wow, okay. Yeah, that seems fair. Who are the Rams playing? Philly? Okay.
Yeah, Philly. And Puka just, volume hound. So
this does look like a tough spot. So who do you like here? We've got at the top by ADP is Genty, Nico, Bowers, McBride, Hurts.
Nico for sure.
That does seem easy.
Yeah, and then it's like the mystery box running backs here. I'm not big on Genty.
What do you think of like Drake London? Or you like doing 2 running backs? You don't want to.
There's plenty of running backs late that we can grab it. Like I said, this week I'm gravitating a little bit more towards the 3 wide. Drake would be an interesting combo. Let's do it that way and see what happens.
Okay. They just the matchup with Carolina seems like there should be a lot of points there.
Yep.
Probably a unique combo.
Yep. Yeah, because they're opposite ends of the board here.
Yeah.
For sure. The question that I had raised to me too was, will Carolina push Atlanta, or will Atlanta be content just to run it? So
right. Yeah, I don't know what to make of Atlanta because they look damn good against the Vikings, but I think that might just be the Vikings not looking that good. So yeah. We'll see.
Tampa pushed them in the first week, and Drake London had over 10 targets. I can't remember the exact number. So
yep. Yeah, it could just be a Bijan. Did you listen to that segment where he was like, "Oh, actually, I like to be called Bijan"? Like that. We spent the whole summer changing the way we say it to Bijan, and then apparently in a subsequent interview, he's like, "No, I actually like being called Bijan." So that's kind of funny. Where
did that come from? The change in the name to start with, and then for it to not be right.
It came from him. It was he told somebody, he was like, it's actually pronounced Bijan. So I think it was like somebody asked him and he was just like, correct. He just told them like, yeah, it's actually pronounced Bijan, but he didn't like actually say like, I want you to say Bijan. He just said like, yeah, that's how it's actually pronounced. But then later was like, no, I like it when people call me Bijan. So that was pretty funny.
That is kind of funny. So unintended consequences.
Yeah. Jordan Mason goes at 19 here.
Yeah.
So that's not one we're getting to fall.
No, seeing that happen more often. The latest I saw him go was near 40. So, and it did not happen often. So it's not like if you're jumping in now, you have to worry about that Mason and you can't take him in round 2.
Yeah.
Basically with Dawg Bowls, you never really have to worry about what their current price is compared to an old one. You can still draft whoever you want, but
yeah,
I say that as being the one who likes to value hound, but
right. Chris says he ate the Genty dip. Do you mean in best ball, or is there a dip here?
Right here, there is. I think Genty had the ADP of 12. I think he was the highest when we were.
Oh, damn. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, that is. I don't know what to make of matchups. Do you have any good way to evaluate matchups this early in the year? Because since I do content, I like kind of have to do it, and then I struggle with like what is actually like what are the stats I can actually use? Is it just yards per carry, yards per reception, or do you have a good metric?
I don't, which is probably why I'm even more reliant on those rankings and then just kind of feel. So don't mean to not help you out at all on that.
No,
one.
I've talked to other people and they're like, yeah, it's just really tough this early in the year because it's like after week 1 you have a 1-game sample and that's really dependent on who you played. It's just one of those things that's like I really want to be like, okay, I think this is a good run defense, a good pass defense. At some point in the year, I can start using like schedule adjusted fantasy points allowed, that type of thing. But it's it's a tough thing to evaluate this early in the year.
Yeah, I was listening to Establish the Millions last Saturday, and they were talking about that too. Specifically, I think it was with Colston Loveland and how they just didn't play him because of the matchup on there. Well, if you don't have that context, then it's really hard to know. And I mean, part of my typical process is listening to Establish the Show on Friday, hearing their thoughts, then Establish the Millions on Saturday, and kind of using that to help form where I'm going to draft some. So the Dawg Bowl finishing on Friday filling on Friday really limited the ability to use some of that info because it would have put me on Detroit a lot more having heard that content because I don't have time to go watch everything and listen to it all, but they had some good context to that that was helpful and could be something to like early season look more into next year.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I wonder if they're going to make these contests bigger next year or something to get them to not fill so quickly. Maybe they just need to do more BR type stuff. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Here's a guy. Let me bring him in. There we go. What's going on, Math?
Sorry, guys.
It's all good. So you're traveling, right? You're in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, we got delayed at DC. Something with the computer system crashed. So like the whole entire airport crashed. Everybody got grounded for an hour.
That's no fun.
But we're here. We made it. How's the stream going? How's everybody doing?
We're doing well. We're almost on the clock. So we've made 2 picks already. This is our first draft. So you're not that far behind. We've got Nico Collins and Drake London. And again, we're going to be up in 2 picks. So we'll see how it goes from here.
Love the shirt, Chad.
Thank you. I had to represent the Miami Dawg Bowl one. So
yeah.
It's about the only time I can wear it.
Sorry. On stream with a Dawg Bowl legend here. I love this.
That's right. So we are almost on the clock here. A lot of running backs gone. So BTJ goes, so we're not going to be stacking that. Who do you like here? Should we look at running backs or do you have anybody in mind, Chad?
God, it's about as bad of a run out as we could have had, honestly. I like ETN. I know Houston's got a good defense, but it's a run back off Nico. So I don't mind going that way for the first pick.
All right.
Yeah, the utilization for him was sky high.
Yeah.
Next one here. Man, this is rough. Who's the best tight end left? Is it
Ferguson.
Get off of that one.
7 seconds.
A Mecca.
All right, we're buying in on the rookie.
No. I know Evans out targeted him.
Well, you got to think a lot of the splash plays, especially against the Jets. Sauce is going to be on Evans. You got to think majority of Sunday.
That's probably true. Yeah.
So I kind of like that Mbeka pick. Have been seeing him on the other side of the board. Last night I saw Drap get him on the other side of the ball and did a other side of the board and did a Mbuka Baker stack from the 1 hole. Thought that was kind of sharp.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yep.
Yeah, he was. It looked like he was a little bit hurt in that last game. They were tending to him on the sideline and maybe slowed down a little bit, but ultimately kept playing. So maybe not a huge issue.
Yeah. So we got a little bit of time between picks. So how's drafting been going for you, Chad? I saw that you definitely had some top 10 finish already this season, but how you liking the slate? How you liking this slate? We should talk about this slate. How you liking this slate?
This one has been a little tough to crack for me. it's as much with the injuries that are now going on. We haven't really had to deal with that the first 2 weeks for the most part. One Q play tag last week, but yeah, it's been an interesting one. And then trying to place Neil and I were talking earlier, but like the Jordan Mason price tag and how much that has changed. Matt, I know you were in there last night as well, and seeing him probably third, fourth round, now up in the second. So which is where he belongs. But it's funny when you get the contest to open, how so much like people are playing chicken with each other on the picks that they know are the good picks, and will you let me push them or not? I kept on being on the front half of the board last night, so I got Mason once in the third round when he wrapped back around. So, but that was about it. So, and because I was playing chicken with him to see if could push it any further. So, but then after I got my first share, then he started going in the second, and he just was not coming back to me. So,
yeah. Been seeing that too.
Yeah.
It's been harder to build out. I mean, there's definitely some double stacks, but for the most part, it's been challenging. A lot of people are seems like they're just going a lot of one-offs this week that I've been seeing. There hasn't been a ton of stacking. You're gonna have your Atlanta stack. You're gonna have your Tampa Bay stacks, your Dallas stacks.
The stacks are a little weird this week with where they line up. So. And like the Jaden stack, do you stack him with Debo or do you stack him with Terry? Because
that's double that I built. I wanted both. If he's not gonna run, I wanted both. So I have one of those so far.
Yeah, I have a double, but it's with Ertz and Debo, I think. So
like that.
Well, there's there's the double.
With Kyler, I've seen a lot of that. Viper was doing that a ton. I think it was on Monday. What did it say? Tuesday? Yeah, yesterday.
Math, how are your drafts going?
I've only done a handful. I'm going to hopefully, now that I'm settled in, I'm going to try to get in some tonight and a little bit in the morning, since the conference doesn't start till tomorrow until about like 9 or 10, but the rooms don't feel very fast in the morning. But I feel like in the evening times, there's a lot of gamers clicking the enter Dawg Bowl street. So I'm hoping tonight I can probably get a decent amount in before ETR projections roll in.
How long are you traveling for?
We come back on Friday. It's just a quick kind of risk control for we're in a captive insurance. So we're like partial owners of an insurance company. Our company is. So every like 6 months, I got to go on these little work trips. So this year it's Pittsburgh. Last time was in Vegas. That was a good time.
That seems a lot better than Pittsburgh. I guess I've never been to Pittsburgh. I shouldn't say anything negative about it. But
my first time in Pittsburgh. I'm excited to check it out. I'm actually right out my window. I can see where the Steelers play. So that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Nice. Sure, it doesn't.
All right,
Oh, sorry, Neil. Go ahead.
No, I'm just noting that we're on the clock now. All the quarterbacks going. Do we have any stacks here? Atlanta,
Stroud.
Houston. We could do. Would you prefer Stroud over Penix? We could do. We could
more
do
unique. Penix is the better pick. Matt,
we could do Pitts and Penix if we wanted to. Just pointing that out.
There's one angle, and it's against the Bijan, is to do Atlanta passing game. There's one shutdown corner, or not really a shutdown. Their best corner will probably be on London. So it's like the secondary options in the passing game could explode for big splash plays. So Pitts and Mooney are kind of target for me if I don't have a Bijan. Kind of play that angle. I feel like I don't know if you guys you probably did look at that chart over the last 2 weeks, the top 10 lineups. There hasn't been many top finishes from that one spot yet, or the bookends from 10, 11, 12 yet.
Right.
I feel like this might be that weekend where the one hole is the dominant spot with Bijan if he does smash. So to play that angle where, say, that doesn't happen, it's actually through the passing attack is an interesting angle that I've been thinking about.
Yeah, I like that. I feel good about that. Like this team, I think, looks pretty good to me. Penix with ETN Nico. So we got a mini secondary stack and then a full main stack with Penix, Drake London, and Cal Pitts. Egbuka one off. I think that works. What do you think? Do you feel good about that, Chad? Or
Yeah, I definitely do. Like, I like to push quarterback, stack it up, and correlate it when you can. I don't necessarily force it, so don't mind that we don't have any run back off that. And it's nice Etienne and Nico hopefully will push each other in that game. So
yeah, I think it's good enough, correlated enough that it could work out. And Ibuka just a pretty strong one-off in his own right.
Yep. The
Looks good.
There is interesting.
What is interesting?
Quinshon Judkins. I don't know that I've seen him go yet. So
yeah, it got a lot of volume. I mean, I do think taking, especially this week, the way that the high floor, high ceiling plays dry up so fast. I kind of want to go off board a little bit and try to get a little unique with the ownership, as everybody's kind of taking the same 72 minus, another 10 on top of that. Because I kind of feel like the wide receivers are a little depth, and there's a guy like Ramondre Stevenson is another one against Pittsburgh. I mean, he got a lot of work against Miami.
Yes, he did.
And he hasn't got drafted yet that I've seen. So that's another kind of running back late. Even though that sheet that you guys showed, usually you want those top tier running backs early, and then you kind of build out your stacks, and taking your dart throws at wide receiver later is probably a more kind of plus EV play, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen this week.
Yeah. We got the 8-hole here, which I think is a little bit better probably than the 12. What do you guys think of the 8-hole? Do you have any strong feeling on where it's better to draft right now?
I definitely like it better than what we had as options at the 12-hole. So
yeah, that might have been unique draft
ones. We did not. So
yeah. Yep. 8-hole seems good. But Math, is your general thought that like the beginning of the draft board is going to be better this week?
Yeah, I do. I that 2-3 turns still pretty strong. You get some good pairings. I know Devontae Adams for me has been a target because he seems like always be going a little later than he should, especially. I mean, he got 3 end zone targets in a row. It just seems like McVay is just trying to scheme him, when you get down in the red zone there. So
he's just one of those who's always been good in the red zone too. Yeah. Like there just seem to be some guys who are just like the anti-Trey McBride, where it's just like he knows how to get open in a small space.
Yeah. What I don't know. It might be too thin, but I kind of want to build out a Puka, Adams, Stafford.
Yeah.
And does it need to bring back or not? I remember a couple years ago, the Rams, I think they played the Eagles and that game went absolutely bonkers. And it was kind of the same type of Eagles, really good on defense type of team. And McVay was just able to find some weak spots, how they play. As long as that O-line can hang, I do think they have those zone beaters, especially with Puka, and how to get some good matchups with Adams, where they might be able to really move the ball.
All right. Puka went. Do we have a secondary option here? Justin Jefferson is top of board. Bucky Irving, Josh Jacobs.
Genty. I mean, we got some Minnesota guys on stream, man. How do we not take JJ?
I mean, I'm cool with it, but Chad's not as big on the Vikings this year.
I have not been.
I like Bucky. Bucky.
Do we want Bucky? JSN?
I'd go with one of the running backs, either Bucky or Jacobs. So
all right, let's.
It is.
Right. Cool. All right, Bucky works.
Yeah.
I like Jacobs. This is a good shout. Jacobs going to get a lot of volume, probably in a blowout.
Yeah. I obviously would have gone Jefferson there, because all he really needs is Carson Wentz. Obviously, I mean, come on, what are we thinking here? I'm kidding.
He's going to sling it to him. He locks into his number one, and there's nobody else other than Hawkinson. I mean, really.
I was going to say, if we take Jefferson, are we prepared for 6th round Wentz?
Yeah,
that's what I would have gone with. So
yeah.
I think you should have some of those if you're a volume drafter for sure.
No, the unfortunate thing is both of you talked about how much you wanted to go with Puka already on this stream. So I was really hoping he was going to fall to us at 8.
Yeah,
that was a bummer, but
yeah. I'm going to definitely try to have probably might be one of him and Lamb. I think Lamb's going to be in a good spot too, but
yeah, that's what I was saying is Puka is my number 2.
Yeah.
Behind CD. So
the only way that game fails if the Rams really struggle to move the ball, and then it's just the boa constrictor that the Eagles like to do once they get up is just smother you.
Yeah.
And just squeeze all the air out of the football.
Yeah, I think the Eagles' defense can be had.
Yeah.
I don't think KC was the right team to do that. Obviously, they don't have anyone to throw to, but you got Puka and Adams, who you can always throw to either of them. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then you got Stafford's got all the experience in the world. He's seen all the different coverages. So and he's got a great coach that's going to have a good game plan to attack. So that's why I think it's going to be they're going to go out, try to get up early and not play catch up. That should force the Eagles to play a little bit faster, open things up. And I was actually listening to a couple of good pods on the air, and how these have all these new coordinators, and it's been very vanilla. They haven't even done anything special yet. So
interesting.
It will be an interesting year.
A couple people talking about Justin Fields in chat. We talked about this with Jaden earlier, how he's, because you can swap off injured players, Jaden might be a good pick. Do we feel the same way about Fields? How do you think of Fields as being a late round pick here who you can swap off if he's hurt?
I've made that pick a couple of times. Fields, definitely someone I'll mix in. I will stack him with Wilson, or, can take him naked too. Gives you more flexibility too. We didn't talk about this, but one thing that I am kind of prone to do, I mentioned saving the draft boards when I draft a Q. Do we want to pick?
Yeah. Let's make our pick. Chase Brown, Trey McBride, London, McConkey. Anybody stand out?
I wouldn't mind going with the other Viking we talked about and just pull Mason up here.
Do it.
Yeah, gladly. There we go. Double running back.
So, what was I saying? Oh, saving the draft boards and Fields too. So, I definitely would save it to see that. The other strategy kind of thing that I will do sometimes is take the Q guys early, even if I don't. Like last week, I took Kittle in the opening drafts because I didn't know who I wanted at tight end, didn't know what the projections would be essentially. And I mean, it's a free swap. He was really the only tight end who was questionable. I was going to get whoever projected highest as a tight end then. And so today we don't have that information. By the end of the week, we will. So now I'm drafting, maybe getting some rare combos on the first 5 picks and then swap Kittle out for whoever it says is a good pick. So
nice. Yeah. I like that call. I did not save our draft board, but it doesn't really matter because if you want it, you can just look on the stream. We've got it. Easy to find.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so Fields, somebody we'd have to consider. I guess that's also a good just fallback if your stacks get sniped. You don't have a stack, just Fields is always going to work there.
Fields is there. Nix is there as a back option.
Nice.
Wentz will run if it gets ugly. So
yeah. Naked Wentz is pretty ugly, but it's a nice matchup.
I've seen worse. So
yeah, true.
Yeah, and it seems like Jake's going a lot that I've seen. Browning.
He is, yeah.
So I feel like other than if Daniels does go and he's Daniels, I mean he could break the slate. Other than that, Hurts going to give you 20, but is Hurts going to get you 30? That it's that have to have? Probably not. So there's a lot of interesting kind of late quarterbacks that could be low owned, like Goff was last week. That could be the separator.
Yeah. Well, and the difference too, a 30 from Hurts in the second round isn't a must-have, honestly. So it can get made up for in a variety of ways. The 30 from Goff being last round, that was had to have. So
right.
Had to have it.
So especially no other quarterback really got up there. Early on, not early, but near the fourth quarter after Amon-Ra got his 3rd touchdown, I was like, Amon-Ra is going to be the have to have guy. And I did not have nearly enough. Well, then Neighbors kind of went off then. Neighbors is kind of canceling out Amon-Ra. So it's going to be, you could have either. Turns out the winner had both, but
right.
I had plenty of neighbors, so I'm like, I've got some things that are live now because neighbors just canceled them out and they were drafted right next to each other. So
Right.
Yeah, he got that cook to follow that 2-3 turn that just made that team dynamite. that was kind of happening about this time last week when we got the early news out.
Do we have thoughts on who we might want here? So we can't take a running back. I guess we can take away that option.
anything jump out at you, Matt?
I can't. I'm having a hard time seeing the top two. Tet and who? Rome?
BTJ. Tet and BTJ.
Let's do BTJ. Let's bounce it back. Come on, BT. Catch the ball. Travis, don't suck.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't
late round BTJ seems pretty good. It's a tough matchup and everything, but yeah, that's
I was listening to reception perception, and Harmon was tough on him, man.
How so? Just like lack of effort, or just like he was not running clean routes, or what?
It was the marriage between Trevor's ability to where he throws the ball and where Thomas is on the field. They're just off. Their timing is off. The ball's over the middle. It seems like there's not a lot of trust there where he's not going full speed. He's kind of like slowing up. It's like he's expecting the ball to be there and it's not there. You know what I mean? So he starts to slow down on his routes a little bit because he's thinking it's going to be there. It's like a timing thing with Thomas. And it seems like they're just off right now. So can it happen? Maybe. But I think that's why we're not seeing the production like we thought we we're going to see. There's a lot for them to work through to start getting at a high level.
Well,
it's what he's seeing on the film.
BTJ took off too with Mac Jones when he got in last year.
Yeah.
So he hasn't really clicked with Lawrence yet. So.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little scary to click, but I mean, it's everybody's talking about it, so I'm sure that they're going to be working at it pretty hard to hopefully find some plays that they like and it works timing wise, and then just hopefully eliminate some of those bonehead drops that we saw. I mean, he's got all the talent in the world to put up 30 for us.
And we've got a pretty big discount here to get him at 3.8. I mean, this is a first round pick throughout best ball season.
Yeah. It is a tough matchup.
We got BTJ 5 picks before Jawan Johnson went. Who would have seen that coming? Coming into the year.
Yeah, Houston's tough, man.
Yeah, Stingley's no joke.
Yeah, no joke. Well, hopefully with the scheme wise, with Cohen, that he can try to get him some rub routes, things like that, to kind of clear some space where Evans isn't that player. He's not as fast. So
right.
All
right, we're almost back up.
I got one I've got my eye on. So let's see. There he goes. Never mind.
All right.
Is that Debo?
Debo, yep.
Yeah, I like Debo's price right now a lot. I've been clicking him a ton.
Yep.
I mean a ton. I mean, I've only done like 5 drafts. He's probably been 3 of 5.
I'm gonna say DJ Moore is an option here. Ferg and just get the tight end done. Because there's
Preference.
a couple of let's do Ferg.
Oh
yeah,
we got more. What was it?
We got options still.
So you wanted to go Debo, but then didn't give thought to McLaurin. Are you out on McLaurin right now?
For the most part, I have one or two. He's gonna explode, and it's gonna bite me at some point in time. But until then, I'm fine being out on him. And he had a slow start last year, and then put up an insane year. But it was so much touchdown driven.
Yeah,
and I think Jaden's injury might lead to more passing, but I wanted Debo because I thought it would be more of the short passing. And with Eckler hurt, they're going to run Debo too. So,
yeah, Debo's going to get a lot of the easy stuff. One thing that I do know about the Raiders is they have probably the worst secondary of football. So that's why I've been clicking Terry, because if Jaden isn't running and he's throwing it, you could see some 101, and you could throw some deep balls to Terry for some house calls this week.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought. If he's not running, it could actually benefit the receivers.
Yeah. It definitely could. I won't have 0 Terry. I do enough drafts where I generally don't have 0 of anyone. Just want to be live, but I'll be under.
Yeah, it's not a target. I think that's a stack. It's like if you're taking Jaden, I think you want some Jaden Terry stacks in your portfolio.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see where Jaden's price moves to, depending on these practice reports. So,
yeah, what was any news this afternoon?
Nothing today. No.
Nothing. Yeah.
So
it's only Tuesday.
But tomorrow, when he doesn't practice, will that move it, or are we already baking this in? So, and I think you get more movement in the BR than you do in the Dawg Bowl. So with stuff like that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Who do we think? I mean, Jaden's more likely to play than Fields, right? Like based on the coach speak, it was like, oh, tough to play Fields if he doesn't practice. It seems pretty bad to me for Fields' chances.
Probably, and Fields is concussion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a week turnaround on a concussion. It happens, right? But
yeah,
it's just more. It's not like a pain tolerance thing, or he can tape it up and be okay.
Yeah.
So but.
Ooh, Christian Kirk expected to be back.
Oh man, I'm pumped. Christian Kirk and Jalen Coker, two of my top 4 receivers, and I think both BBM and Eliminator. So I'm desperate for some Kirk.
Maybe that might open up that offense a little bit, give it a little bit of juice, because right now it's stale, huh?
Yeah, it's been bad.
I caught a little bit of last night, not a ton, but they were just third down came. I was like, forget about it. Like their offensive line could not stop a blitz or block, give him any more than like 2.5 seconds. He was backpedaling. It was gross.
Yeah, they need some help. Which you were not drafted in best ball, right? Because of the offensive line.
I did do some Christian Kirk because I thought, like anything, they got to get the ball out quick.
Yeah, right.
I do have quite a bit of Kirk. But yeah, I wasn't big on Houston in best ball.
All right, this is what we're looking at.
So we're tight end quarterback, right now?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Do we? I mean, if DJ Moore smashes, it's because Caleb has a good game, right?
These are my thoughts.
Or TJ Hawkinson. Yeah, I like Hawkinson.
Can I see the board too? I want to see who's got what behind us.
Yep.
1 tight end, 2 quarterbacks. 2 tight ends, 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, and nobody has. Well, Rome should be on the other side, right? So
yeah, Rome was
going. Try and push Caleb, or you want to just lock it up? That's the question.
We went with Hawkins.
Let's get Hawk. Let's get Hawk.
It's frozen. Okay, there we go.
Because if we don't get Caleb here,
we go Trevor.
Yeah. Yep, we do have an option.
We have Trevor as an out, so that's what I was thinking about, getting the tight end.
Yep.
And we have Wentz now.
We do have Wentz, Mason, Hawk, and Wentz.
Wentz. Is G in here with us? Chris G.
He was, yeah.
He was, yeah.
Why is he? Oh, I'm taking Wentz. Okay, in the streets, yeah. Everybody's taking Wentz, Chris.
Oh yeah.
He's not going to go undrafted. He'll probably be what, Chad? What do you think? He's going to be like a 40%?
No, I think he means in this draft he's taking Wentz. Oh, he wanted Hawkinson. That's what he's mad about.
Is he drafting in front of us?
Yeah, he's drafting. He's drafting one next to us.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's zoom in a little bit.
I don't think Wentz is going to get to 40%. So I haven't seen him go yet, I don't think. So it'll be interesting. I'm going to be a broken record on this once ETR launches their projections, where they put him at, but I haven't seen him yet. So
you haven't seen Wentz yet?
I haven't seen Wentz go yet. No.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, I have.
Because we talked about it in Discord.
Yeah.
Okay, Stroud goes. All right, so we're going to get one of our guys. So nice.
Yeah, I just double checked. I have not seen him. So.
Well, maybe that was a BR I did.
Well, him going MBR is even rare.
Crazy. Yeah, exactly. I can't forget it was. I thought someone took him. But...
And somebody probably has. It's not like I've seen them all, right? But
yeah. Well, you know, he starts out hot like all the time. Like he'll come out of the gate hot. It's just like after 4 or 5 weeks, though, he just starts to suck. Like he just can't be consistent.
There he is.
There he goes. Yeah. I'm curious how he'll play. Lifelong Viking fan. Finally got to come play for him. So.
Wait, Wentz is a lifelong Viking fan?
Yeah, Wentz is a lifelong Viking fan. So
did not know that.
North Dakota kid, I think, if I remember right. So, yep.
I mean, to the moon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Narrative streak to the moon, man.
I was gonna say it's a good story. So I definitely won't have 0 Wentz this week. So
yeah. Do we think we have time for one more after this? I guess we'll let the draft finish.
Yeah, completely up to you. I apologize for being late. So whatever you guys want to do, I can stick around for sure.
I'm good for one more.
All right, yeah. Let's roll one more after this one's done. I'll enter it on my phone now if anybody wants to join us. 8 more in the next one. Cool. Oh, and it's filling fast. We're down to 5 more.
Perfect.
Do you think it closes early like last week, Chad?
It's tracking slower than last week, so I don't know. I think last week really the best ball gladiator hit, and I think that really affected things.
That totally did it. You're totally right about that. That's funny.
So I it's not going to fill Friday. I hope I've got till at least Saturday night. I mean, I like my Sunday morning drafts too. So
yeah, exactly.
Like you get a mix of different people too in the draft rooms at that point. So
we're at 1 more to start, by the way.
How was your week, Neil? You guys have had a good week?
So I did 3 of these and did not cash any of them. Don't think I was particularly close in any of them, and I did like 2 battle royale. So I was not super into the underdog streets. I just don't have time. But DFS, I made a little bit of money on the main slate. I lost like $50 on DraftKings, but then won like 450 on FanDuel, which I'll take it. And anytime I win any money in a DFS week, I'll take it. So yeah, I was pretty happy with it. What
about your eliminators? How's everybody's eliminators looking?
So 47 remaining. So I'm, beating expectations a little bit in the eliminator, not exactly crushing. Like I said, so 2 of my top 4 wide receivers are Christian Kirk and Jalen Coker, neither of whom has played yet. And then I have a ton of Jaden Daniels, who he had a fine game. Now he's hurt, so I'm worried about that. And then Justin Fields, who got hurt in the game and underperformed. So yeah, ultimately getting 47 through. I'm happy being a little bit higher than expectation, but obviously we're getting more and more to the weeks of every team you face is going to be a good team.
Yeah.
I got 42 through, so kind of a rough week this week. I had 88 through the first week, and so
yeah,
that's solid. You won 50 to Chad?
Yeah,
that's awesome. 88 out of 150. That's really good.
Yeah. I was 87 coming into this week.
Oh wow, yeah. I only got about 86 in before the contest closed.
I did a lot of slows.
Yeah, so I got like 4. I think I was like 47 out of 86, something like that. So I was a little bit above expected. Then I think I'm like 20. I got like 27 of 47, something like that right now. 26.
Right, that's not bad.
So decent week. I got a couple of real good ones that are like just putting up like 140 a week. So I'm hoping they can keep cranking like that.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I had probably not a ton of Javonte Williams. I'm sure I just like no formats had a ton of Javonte Williams. I'm sure you had a lot of James Cook math, who I was drafting him for a little while. I don't think I ended up getting as much as I thought he was a very good click after you and I talked about it. I think I drafted him a few times then, and then just like I started to get a little bit nervous about the contract situation, I think, and or maybe I just started pushing him and actually didn't end up with nearly as much as I at one point thought I was going to do. But that's obviously going great. We are the 6 hole here. A lot of the same names again. We've got Keith in here, Dave, DM Larson again, Steven, Chad Candle's in here with us, JGFC, Toker Dog back here, Vin Deep, I don't know if I know them, CG, Tony Sprocket in here, Cole Anderson, a lot of very familiar names in here, and a lot of red badges once again.
Strong friends and family, everybody stay in their lane. Let's let the best build win. No more taking naked Dak. Stop taking naked Dak.
Is this? I can't tell if you're trolling Math or if this is just a honest thought.
Nah, Chris. Yeah, Chris helps out leg out.
Oh, he does. I didn't realize that Chris works with leg up. Those guys are crushing, by the way. Sacrilegious and Shady Advice. You look at their advance rates. It's like, oh my god, both BBM and the Eliminator.
I had one matchup against the leg up guy, and it was Karain, and I beat him. So
nice.
There you go.
Congrats. One of my biggest sweats was against Justin McMahon, and let's make our pick. Well, so we've got some good options, I would say.
Yeah, Lamb Puka for me here.
I'm Puka. Yep.
Yeah, let's do Puka. That's who we've been trying to get. So my closest. Well, it actually didn't end up being my closest competition. So at the time the game ended on Monday night, I was tied with Justin McMahon, literally down to 100th point. I looked up the rules, and it was but before I actually looked up who would have won. So the rule is whoever has the highest scoring player advances. And I didn't even get back to look who had the highest scoring player before I saw that he had lost a couple points, and I was ahead of him because that Omarion Hampton fumble. They changed the credit to Justin Herbert, and that put me ahead of him. So he had briefly passed me right at the last second with that Herbert rush, and then with the fumble changing, I got it back.
That is
in your face, Justin McMahon. So
there you go. That's a fun sweat, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
How's BBM looking for everybody?
It's early. I'm a little above. I can't remember the exact number that I'm at right now, but I think like 20% advancing. So
that's not bad. I'm at 24 out of 150, so I'm below 25 would be the expectation. But again, two of my highest draft players, Christian Kirk. My highest is Jalen Coker. I feel like I'm okay with where I'm at. But ultimately, like I don't feel awesome about it. I guess like I think I missed on a lot of things. Having a ton of Dylan Sampson also like felt really good for 1 week, and then now it does not feel so good because I think Judkins is taking over there.
Yeah. I've got a lot of Sampson too. I've got 31. I know I've got a lot of Kirk. I didn't have much.
Do we want to double up with Devontae Adams here, or do you want to? Is there something else you want to do?
Is that Genty up top?
It is Genty up top.
Oh man, that's a tough decision. What do you think, Chad?
I'd go Genty, but if you want to build out the double,
let's do the double. I got a gut feeling on the double.
Yep, let's do the double.
Do it.
All right, we're doing it. We're doing the double.
Shipping a ticket on a stream hasn't been done yet.
Yeah, one of these weeks.
There's some running backs in the third round that I like. So
yeah. Maybe with so much green on that side, we might be able to scoop a falling value. That was my thought.
Yeah. Math, I saw you were doing pretty well. I checked out all the people that I have on my my fantasy best ball team. I drafted 4 guys, five including myself from my DFS Discord, and then Mathology as my 6th. And Math is holding up there with I think 40 advancing right now.
Yeah, draft good players and good teams works out.
Yeah,
it's not that hard, guys. I've been telling you for a while.
You've been trying to tell us to draft good players on good teams, and I just refuse. I refuse to draft. I instead draft Dylan Sampson on the Browns. Is what I do instead.
I was going to say
and Jerome Ford.
You said Sampson, Coker, and Kirk.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the rookie tax is real on this platform too. I'm so happy I kind of stayed away from Hunter at those prices too. It's like could be getting Josh Allen instead of Hunter. I was like, come on guys, what are we doing? Especially early in the year.
JGFC says, yeah, mass purity rankings are crushing this year. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I mean, long way to go, but it's a good start. I got a lot of teams that are scoring a buttload of points too. So
yeah, nice.
I think I'm like top 50 in overall points getter right now too.
Oh, are you? Are you chasing the crown?
Yeah, I want to repeat bad. I want to repeat and bink that 100K.
That'd be incredible.
Away for a while.
That would be insane.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to happen, but it would be kind of a cool story.
Yeah. I almost think that would be more impressive than like winning BBM twice. So.
Yeah, I mean, probably, yeah.
Because you're just
actually that team that's up there isn't that strong. It's pretty light at running back. So it's only 3 guys that can really. The other 2 or 3 that are on the team just aren't going to see the field. I don't think so.
That was an interesting Hurts fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we doing running back here? I assume not Kyron, or do we want to triple it up?
No, I like Kamara. He had the most expected points. He's gonna explode one of these games. It's a little bit of a tough matchup, but I like that click. What do you think, Chad?
Yeah, I mean they run so many plays.
Yeah.
So.
I would have been tempted. I'm going to take Kamara for you. I would have been tempted by Kenneth Walker just because of the matchup with New Orleans and how good he finally looked like he took over last week.
He was the other option I was going to throw out was Walker. So
he went 1 pick after us.
Yeah.
So
it has just been weird, but he's so much more productive. So
yeah, he's just so good. Like everybody was talking about it all summer. All the big fantasy football guys are talking about how he's way underpriced. He should be going at the, in the 3rd round. And so I was buying into Kenneth Walker kind of a lot. Did you guys draft a lot of Charbonnet? Because for 1 week I was feeling like a damn fool for not taking much Zach Charbonnet, and now I feel a little bit better about it. But I still think he was probably a good click.
Yeah, I've got a fair amount of both. So
okay.
I didn't really make a bet one way or another.
Yeah.
So I'm 10.7 Charbonnet, 9.5 Walker. So
okay.
Yeah, over
nice.
on.
I think I was exactly 2 clicks overweight on both, just 9.2 on both or something like that, or 8.7 or something like that on both.
Looking good so far, being overweight on both. Unlike the Vikings, I'm overweight on both the Vikings running backs, and that is not feeling great right now.
Get that offensive line back, though.
Exactly, yeah.
Is that going to happen this week?
Unclear.
Well, even if Darisaw comes back, I don't think the center's coming back.
We don't need to take Stafford yet, do we?
No.
Oh, do we want AJ Brown as a bring back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Brown or AJ. Oh yeah, let's smash that.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I was thinking him or Smith, but
Steve's not going to love that, but that's the right pick for us.
Apologies to Steven, but that's a bring back.
Yeah. No, Stafford, we can wait. So I think we pick our favorite tight end that we think can get us 12 points.
All right.
Next round, and then Stafford to close it out.
Yep. Only 3 quarterbacks off the board. So
does that make you nervous? Should we reach for Stafford for that reason?
No.
Okay.
I don't think. Yeah. No one should take on Stafford. Just
unless Chris G wants to.
Yeah, revenge.
Hey, we let him have Wentz. We just took Hawk from him.
Yeah.
So tight end. An interesting slate for tight end. I mean, do you guys have any darlings that you're liking, or is it just kind of game environment, or just stack it up with your quarterback kind of play this week?
To me, Hawkinson in the 5th round felt pretty good because I think the issue there has been JJ. I think JJ has just looked like he has kind of the rookie struggles there. Now they're playing against Cincinnati. I'm like, I think Hawkinson could be in line to just crush, and people are forgetting about him.
Yeah. He's getting 80% of the routes, man. He's out there. He's just not getting the ball, So I think he's a main part of the offense. Good show.
Yeah, Hawkinson's been kind of the one when I'm going late. I've taken Kraft and Warren a fair amount in that mid tier, so I haven't gone late too much, but I do like Hawkinson.
Yeah, Kraft, I mean, man, he looks like the real deal. Another one of my bigger regrets is I think I talked about him a lot over the summer how much I like TJ Hawkinson, how much I think he's actually a great player. And then I look at my exposures and I've got like $400 total on him, which is really low. All right. So tight end. Do we want to go Hawk? Do you like somebody else?
Ertz, Hawk.
That's between those two. I'd stay Hawk. So
let's do it. You guys love Minnesota. Let's do it.
Exactly.
I mean,
all right.
Chad, do you live in Wisconsin or Minnesota?
Minnesota. Yeah.
Minnesota. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm only probably 30 minutes from where Neil is. So
sweet. I mean, come on.
You're in the suburbs, I assume, then.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. By the sports center. So
cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wentz is gonna sling it, especially if that old line struggles a little bit. He's gonna lock into his two guys that he knows that are good at football.
Yeah. Yep. I wonder if he's ever played with Adam Thielen. Can't remember where Wentz has been, but he was never in Carolina, right?
No, I don't think so.
I think Wentz was in Carolina, and then he got hurt, and then that's when Young came back.
Was that Wentz?
No, that was the other red-headed quarterback. That was Darnold.
Dalton. Andy Dalton.
Dalton. Sorry.
Yes. I get my gingers mixed up.
Yeah. Mac Jones goes.
I was thinking about that earlier. Like, would you guys take Purdy and then just swap at this point of the week?
I think Purdy's marked out.
Oh, is he now?
Okay. I think. I'm not 100%, but.
All right. Get our guy Stafford. That's a nice team. I mean, it at least makes sense to me. Whether it ends up being nice is another story, but it looks good.
Well, that's just it. Especially, I do so many too that I want the teams to, I mean, that cliche tell a story, but make sense together, right?
Yeah.
Playing opposite ends.
So Wentz has played for the Eagles, the Colts, Commanders, Rams, the Chiefs, and the Vikings. So he has not played with Adam Thielen yet.
Okay.
I think I would have got all those except the Chiefs. So I don't remember him there.
I don't either.
He was a backup, I think, last year.
Okay.
It was last year. He was a backup for Mahomes. Yeah, I like that team. I mean, that's a primetime game, right? That's the late hammer. Isn't that game the late hammer?
Is it late? I don't know.
I always like having a little bit of late hammer. What do you think, Chad, on that? I hate having the anti-sweat.
I do too. I build it out. I know it doesn't actually matter, but like it makes me feel more like I might have something, even if like the early game goes off. Detroit, Chicago went off this week, and it just made me feel like, you know, I still had some that were alive. So
there we go. Yeah, I mean that's one of those things that I think a lot of us do that to some extent. Like just like I prefer to have somebody in the last like UFL. It's sequential. The games are like one after another throughout the weekend. I always like to have somebody in that last game, but I know that it's not like an edge of any sort. I like theoretically, I guess there is some like late swappability edge, so there is some benefit to having it because you can make smart late swap decisions potentially. But in reality, it's mostly just so you have something to cheer for.
Yeah.
It's the Cards Niners game is the late. There's 4:00 there's 4 games at the 4:00. So
wait, the Sunday Night Football game is on this?
No. There's just usually like a 4:25. That's
I see.
Takes a little bit longer. I don't know if that one quite is. Cowboys. The Cowboys Bears is going to be the big one because that's like a late 4, and then the Niners Cardinals is at 4 too.
Yeah. Well, this is fun, Chad. Really appreciate you joining us for this show.
Yeah, no problem.
You feeling good about the week?
Somewhat. So better than last week. And yeah, week 1 I felt good. Last week I didn't feel great. The results kind of bared that out. So is what it is. Yeah. But yeah, I feel better about this week. So
good. Math, how about you? You feeling good about the week?
Travel week for me, I think my volume will going to be a little bit down versus last week, but we'll see. You know, I'm going to have a little bit of time tonight, tomorrow and Thursday, probably not so much. We'll see where the contest is on come Friday, Saturday. So probably won't have as many bullets as I did last week, but I think I'm going to take a little bit more of a targeted approach in game environments this week. And Chad, what number gets home? I'm thinking 128 right now. What do you think gets home?
It's going to be lower than last week. I hate the high scoring weeks like that. Yeah. So in general, I think we're looking at 126. So I'll be slightly under you, but I said under your number last week too. So, and I was way wrong. So
yeah. We saw a lot of home faves, and usually that is good for a shootout historically. So this week we don't have the quarterback play that we had last week. So it'll be fun, man. Chad, I can't wait to see you in the lobby and draft against you. You're super sharp, super competitive, and even a better person. So I really appreciate you coming on and talking ball and teaching people how to hopefully punch tickets here.
Well, sounds good. I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah. And that was definitely some good alpha talking about the VORP and stuff. Really helpful there. Appreciate it. And reminder to anybody, if you have not already signed up for the Underdog Masterclass, you can use promo code MATH to get, I believe it's 10% off. But you can find the link in the description of this video, or just use promo code MATH to get that discount if you really do want to up your game in these contests. That's another way to do so. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us, and we'll be back next week.